man paid for a house which was conveyed to the man and his girlfriend jointly. So let's go back one step. So man pays for house, conveyed to man and his girlfriend jointly. Okay. After the relationship broke down, the man claims to be entitled absolutely, okay, absolutely, and that his former girlfriend has no interest in the property. Okay. So he's paid for the whole thing, but he's put it in both of their names, jointly, together. Now the relationship's broken down. And he's saying, no. It is all mine. Okay? So, my former girlfriend has no interest. What's the answer? Oh, that was really quick. Anna, my goodness. Wow. Go on, tell me why.
Because the title is conveyed to the man and his girlfriend jointly. So there is no singular presumed resulting trust.
Absolutely. And it hasn't failed either, has it? So therefore it's not automatic and it's not presumed. Because where's the evidence that the man wanted the property to go back to him if they ever split up? By the way, when we look at the next chapter, which is about family homes, which this is a big part of course, you'll see that this is exactly what Lady Hale has said in a specific case called Stack and Dowden in 2007. That if you buy a property with your partner and you put it in both your names, the intention is that you both own it jointly. So therefore, no, there is no presumed resulting trust back to the man. Absolutely right, and very quick. So it's not automatic because there's no failure. The girlfriend holds the house on trust for the man. No, why would that be the case? She provided no consideration and has no entitlement. Well, she clearly does, right? If the house is in both their names. And again, no entitlement as they weren't married. Well, that would mean that no unmarried couples could buy properties together. And we don't have that rule in England. So no, E is not right. So well done. That was really good. A is the right answer. Final question then. Let's have a look at this one. A daughter contributed 30% towards a house that was conveyed to her father. Okay, so she's contributed 30%. But it was conveyed, in other words, put in the legal name of her father. He paid the remainder of the purchase price, so the other 70%. He died and left the house to the son. But what is the entitlement to the house? Just have a quick look through these and tell me what you think.
Is it B?
Is it B? So why, Defina, are you saying B?
Because she contributed 30% to it.
It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This, by the way, is a classic resulting trust analysis of property, of land. Okay? And it seems to be absolutely the law that if you buy property together, whoever you are, whether you're partners, mother and daughter, father and son, brother and sister, friends, anyone, if you buy property together and you both contribute to the purchase price, you are entitled to the proportion of the amount you contributed to the purchase price. Classic resulting trust analysis with a trust of land. This, by the way, comes from a case that we'll look at on Wednesday, okay, when we start looking a bit more at family homes. And it's a case called Laskar, Laskar, and a judge called Neuberger, who we've come across before. And Neuberger said that where you buy a property together, especially when you're not a couple, as in married, living together as a couple, then if you split and you sell the property or you move away from the property, you are entitled to the percentage you put in the first place, to the purchase price. That is a resulting trust. So yeah, again, really quick, and you're absolutely right. B is the right answer. A says the daughter has no entitlement, but what about her 30%? Doesn't make sense. C says the son gets it automatically. Why? D says the son and daughter share it equally. Again, why? And E says the daughter is absolutely entitled, but she only put 30% in. So why would she get the whole thing? Now, on Wednesday, and I'm just going to start the ball rolling on this. On Wednesday, we're going to look at a slightly different type of trust. And that is known as a constructive trust. Not resulting, constructive. And when we're looking at family homes, constructive trust is based on all your contributions throughout the time you've lived in the property, especially when you are living there as a couple, okay? But even if you're living there brother, sister, father, son, it would be based on the relationship over time. So we're going to look at that, and we're going to look at Stack and Dowden. We're going to look at Jones and Kernot, which is another key case from 2011. But that is different. So there are two ways of looking at this trust analysis with homes. One is the resulting trust, okay, as we've already looked at tonight. On Wednesday, we're going to go a bit further, and we're going to look at the constructive trust, okay? Now, the only annoying thing, and I'll tell you this right now, okay, is that later on, in a few weeks' time, okay, we're going to look at different types of constructive trust that aren't to do with land at all. It's where the court constructs the trust because of wrongdoing. All right, but for now, forget about that. Okay, I find it so ridiculous that two things in the same subject, equity and trust, have the same name but for completely different things.
That would always confuse me.
Oh, completely.
It
did confuse you, did you say? Yeah, I know. And that's because often when you learn equity and trusts, trusts of land are not part of the syllabus. They're part of land law, not equity. So it doesn't confuse you. Okay? But I'm afraid with SQE, they're both included on the same syllabus. Constructive trust 1 and constructive trust 2. Okay? And it's hellishly confusing. Okay? But all you've got to remember, I guess, is that the type of constructive trust we're about to talk about is based on your contributions to the property. Constructive trust, the other type, is based on your wrongdoing as a trustee. Wrongdoing. Okay? And then the court will throw a constructive trust around the property and hand it back to the rightful recipients. Don't worry about that for now, but we will look at that in a couple of weeks. Okay? Perfect. But well done, both of you. It seems that you really got that, which is really great. Okay? Any questions on any of that?
No idea. That was very helpful. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.